Stress and IBS. Does stress cause irritable bowel syndrome? The answer is yes and no. A particular type of stress causes irritable bowel syndrome. So what Dr. Hammer discovered is that everybody with irritable bowel syndrome, they're going to have a ring in their brain CT scan in a very specific location 100% of the time. And he discovered that this was caused by a conflict shock. So this isn't just any normal everyday type of stress. It's a type of stress that catches you off guard. And in order for your body to adapt to this shocking situation, it puts an organ into overdrive, and it puts your colon into overdrive. It will start to develop extra gut cells to help you digest and absorb this hard to digest, filthy situation. Now, what we have seen is that it usually involves the family. If it's this part of the colon, it's usually with the mother and father. If it's this part of the colon, it's usually the next level of family members, such as siblings and grandparents. And then in this part of the colon, it's people who are like family. But search for the stressful situation that involves your family. Find it. For one person, they ran a family business, and it was filthy. It was filthy how his relatives tried to legally get him out of the business in like this sneaky, dirty, filthy way. How could they do that? What a load of crap. It's just filthy what they did. So what can he do? What can this person do to resolve the stress? You know, they could do like therapy sessions. They could do therapy sessions with their family members and try to work this thing out. He could just talk to them and try to work this thing out. It depends on the situation. But at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, who do I need to become? What beliefs do I need to change? What changes need to happen in my life in order to make this stress impossible to experience? Either your biology is going to change and it's going to hurt, it's going to develop extra gut cells, and then you're going to resolve it and it removes the extra gut cells. Whether this is on a visual or a microscopic level, it's going to hurt and produce irritable bowel syndrome symptoms, IBS symptoms. And if this stress is on and off, on and off, on and off, IBS can go on forever. You can experience IBS symptoms forever. So the treatment for IBS is identify the stress and then figure out what you need to do to fully resolve this conflict and keep it resolved. And understand that your IBS symptoms will go away when you stop blaming food, because the food didn't cause this. Usually you get a nice ice cream to celebrate, getting bought out of the business and never having to deal with this. You're celebrating a conflict resolution. I had ice cream to celebrate my conflict resolution, and that is the day your symptoms started, because that is the day your colon, your brain told your colon, like, hey, we don't need these gut cells, these colon cells anymore. Let's get rid of them. That's the nuts and bolts behind the scene. We see it in the brain CT scan. It goes from a sharp ring to a washed out ring, and it can go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, depending on where this person is with this stressful situation. So that's all I have to tell you guys about stress and IBS. It is a filthy situation that involves the family. The more intense this stress is, the more intense the symptoms will be, and IBS will kind of transform. It will transform into colitis, ulcerative colitis, and eventually diverticulitis. So you have IBS right now. You're Googling IBS. The quicker you get on top of the stress, the quicker you get better. And the best way for you to do that is to use my 30-day plan. It's down in the description. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.